Imagine a perfectly normal afternoon. You're sitting alone in a quiet room. No noise, no phone calls, no appointments. Just you, with yourself, like any other day. Then, a subtle tightening in your chest. You think, probably indigestion, a skipped heartbeat. You smirk, maybe just sleep deprivation. Suddenly, a choking sensation builds between your chest and throat, like an invisible hand is squeezing you. You break into a sweat. Your head begins to spin. Your hands tremble. In that moment, you're alone. No one beside you. No one to yell, "Help me!" Big. No eyes to see your pale face. No voice asking, "Are you okay, Mom?" Just you and your heart, silently fighting. One of the most dangerous illusions. I'll know right away if it's a heart attack. I'll have time to call someone. I'm healthy. It won't happen to me. But the truth, nearly 50% of heart attacks happen without classic symptoms. Over 1/3 occur when the person is completely alone, at home, in the bathroom, even in bed. You don't need to be old. You don't need a prior heart condition. You don't even need to be exerting yourself. All it takes is a single moment in a blocked artery. And when it happens, time is no longer your ally. With each passing minute, your heart begins to die, cell by cell, tissue by tissue. People who survived often say, "I thought I could push through for a few more minutes. I didn't want to bother emergency services. I didn't want to admit something serious was happening." But the truth is, when your heart begins to cry for help, it doesn't scream, it whispers. And if you don't listen, you may never hear the final cry. Not everyone has someone with them 24/7. Not everyone is lucky enough to collapse in a crowded place. And not everyone knows, even alone, you can survive, if you know how. You don't need to be a doctor. You don't need fancy medical equipment. All you need is a little preparation, a little knowledge, and a little courage in the scariest few minutes of your life. In the next section, I'll walk you through each step, slowly and clearly, so you'll know exactly what to do if a heart attack hits and you're all alone. You'll learn how to listen to your body before it screams, how to sit to survive, not stand and collapse, when to call a loved one, and when to call emergency services first, how to use your breath as a survival tool, and how to turn your home, your phone, and even a pill bottle into silent allies. Because survival doesn't always require you to be stronger. Sometimes it only asks that you stay calm for 3 more minutes. And sometimes those 3 minutes decide whether you call your children that evening or never get the chance again. Are you ready? Take a deep breath and join me on a journey that one day could save your life or someone you love. Your heart is a muscle that beats over 100,000 times a day, pumping oxygen-rich blood to every cell in your body. To keep doing this, it relies on its own supply lines, the coronary arteries. But if one of these arteries becomes blocked, often by plaque or a blood clot, part of your heart is cut off from oxygen. Within minutes, those muscle cells begin to die permanently. That's a heart attack. Unlike a stroke, which may cause instant loss of consciousness, a heart attack often progresses quietly. And that's what makes it so dangerous when you're alone. Imagine 2 scenarios. Person A has a heart attack alone at home. Person B has a heart attack during a family dinner. Person B might get help within 1 to 2 minutes. Person A might take 10 to 30 minutes just to admit something's wrong. And in panic, even a few minutes delay can be deadly. Stats show people who live alone are 2 to 3 times more likely to die from a heart attack if not discovered quickly. Many people ignore early signs, trying to tough it out until they lose consciousness. Recognizing early symptoms is your first chance at survival. Movies show heart attacks as dramatic chest-clutching collapses. But in reality, many heart attacks begin silently. A heavy or squeezing feeling in the chest, like something is pressing down. Pain spreading to the left arm, neck, jaw, or back. Mild shortness of breath, like climbing stairs even while sitting. Cold sweats, unexplained anxiety. nausea, dizziness, or extreme fatigue. More dangerously, symptoms may fade and return, making them easy to dismiss. But everyone is a warning, and you can't afford to ignore it. In women and older adults, signs can be unusual. No chest pain. Instead, fatigue, nausea, or back pain, misinterpreted as indigestion, low blood sugar, or stress. This atypical presentation means many cases are fatal before the correct diagnosis. Remember, if your body feels off, don't dismiss it. Don't be tough. Don't assume I'll be fine. Because sometimes off is the heart's version of an alarm. The hardest part is this: heart attacks can feel like panic attacks or heartburn. If you're not sure, assume it's a heart attack and act. Don't wait to confirm. Time is heart muscle, and caution is never overkill. In the next part, you'll learn the first real step to saving your life: how to listen to your body and respond at the very first sign. This is where life and death are only minutes apart, and we'll learn how to reclaim that edge. Are you ready? Take a breath. Let's keep going. In today's noisy world, we've lost the skill of hearing what matters most: the whispers of our own bodies. And during a heart attack, your survival may begin with just one moment of awareness. That feeling that something is off. When you live alone, you are the first and possibly only person who can recognize the danger. There's no one to say, "You don't look well," or "Do you need to sit down?" So tuning into your body isn't just wellness advice, it's a survival skill. In the first few seconds, your body speaks up sooner than you think. Think about the last time you felt unusually tired, your heart raced for no reason, your hands got clammy, or your breath felt shorter than usual. Most people ignore these, but the truth is, the heart never stops without warning. It always sends signals, sometimes vague, sometimes sudden, but never absent. Early signs to pause and listen: tightness or light squeezing in the chest, irregular heartbeat, racing, pounding, or skipping, fatigue without reason, a strange kind of tiredness you can't explain. Don't wait for something more obvious. When it comes to your heart, early action is everything. What to do the moment something feels off. Stop whatever you're doing: washing dishes, standing up, reading. Sit in a safe, stable, well-ventilated spot. Place a hand on your chest or belly. Feel your breath. Feel your pulse. Ask yourself, do I feel pressure in my chest? Is my heartbeat steady? Is this fatigue abnormal for me? Do I feel sudden anxiety, nausea, or cold sweats? If 2 out of 4 are yes, move immediately to the next step: calling emergency services. Make listening a daily habit. Take 3 to 5 minutes each day to sit in silence and notice your heartbeat. Take 3 deep breaths. Feel your chest and lungs. Scan for unusual tightness or numbness. The body is a loyal friend. It always gives early warnings. But if you've never listened during peace, how can you recognize its voice in a storm? A heart attack is like a crashing wave. Your posture and breath are your first life raft. They seem small, but they help your heart do its job when it's already in distress. Choose the right posture. Let your heart fight less. After detecting danger, don't walk around. Don't lie flat. Don't pace or move unnecessarily. Here's what to do. Sit in a sturdy chair with your back supported. Keep both feet flat on the floor. Don't cross your legs. Rest your arms on your thighs or abdomen. If you feel faint, lie on your left side with your head slightly elevated. This posture reduces heart strain, keeps your airways open, and maintains blood flow to your brain. Simple breathing technique to slow your heart and mind. Fear makes the heart race, which worsens the condition, but you can take control with your breath. Try the 4 to 6 method. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, slowly and deeply. Hold for 1 second. Exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds, gently, even with a whisper of sound. Repeat for 2 to 3 minutes or until your heartbeat feels less erratic. Picture blowing on a delicate flame, enough to keep it alive, not enough to put it out. That image helps anchor your mind and calm your nervous system. Breathing tells your body, I'm still in control. Neuroscience proves that controlled breathing calms the fight or flight system. It slows the heart, lowers blood pressure, and extends the time your heart can endure the oxygen shortage. You don't have to beat the heart attack in 5 minutes. You just need to stretch the timeline long enough for help to arrive. You don't need to collapse to call 911 or your country's emergency number. You don't need to be 100% sure it's a heart attack, and you don't need to feel embarrassed if you're wrong. Early calls equals saved hearts. Heart muscle begins to die just 5 minutes into oxygen deprivation. By minute 15, the risk of death skyrockets. But if you call immediately, first responders get dispatched before the pain peaks. Ambulances bring tools, oxygen, and medications you don't have. Even if you lose consciousness, you've already given them time to reach you. One early call might feel excessive, but one late call might be the one you never make. Too weak to talk? You still have options. Use speakerphone. Let the dispatcher hear your environment. On smartphones, trigger emergency SOS, usually by pressing the power button 5 times. Enable medical ID on your lock screen, on both iPhone and Android. And remember, don't call your family first. Call emergency services first. Prepare now to act later. Memorize emergency numbers. Don't rely on contacts. Post the number near your bed or phone. Practice making the call once a month. Teach loved ones how to call for you. Bad days can't be predicted, but preparation can shape their outcome. Everything feels urgent during a heart attack, but one tiny act can shift your odds dramatically. Chew an aspirin. Not swallow, chew. No delays. Why aspirin is a lifesaver. Aspirin thins the blood and prevents clots from growing, the root cause of most heart attacks. Chewing it, not swallowing whole, allows your body to absorb it quickly, sometimes enough to partially restore blood flow before paramedics arrive. Studies show chewing aspirin within 30 minutes can reduce death risk by 20 to 30%. Don't take it if you're allergic to aspirin or NSAIDs, you have a major stomach ulcer or active internal bleeding, you're on strong blood thinners like warfarin or apixaban. But if your doctor has advised keeping aspirin handy, this is why. How to take it in an emergency. Grab 1 325 milligram aspirin or 481 milligram baby aspirin. Chew thoroughly until dissolved. Sip a little water if needed. No 325 milligrams? Chew multiple baby aspirins instead. Same result. Pair aspirin with calmness. Rescue your heart and mind. As you chew, repeat an internal mantra. I called for help. I'm breathing. I've taken aspirin. I'm doing everything I can. I will survive. Repeat like a slow rhythm to calm your nervous system. Imagine the aspirin as backup troops and your breath as the commander holding the line. Once you've called for help, settled into a safe position, and taken aspirin, there's one last step that can shave off life-saving minutes. Unlock your front door. Why it matters. Paramedics may need to break in if the door's locked, which wastes precious time and could harm you if you're nearby. If the door's open, they can walk in and begin care immediately. What to do? If you can safely walk, unlock the door and leave it slightly ajar. Prioritize safety. If walking makes you dizzy, stay seated. Smart prep tips. Install a smart lock or emergency key box. Share access with trusted family members. Post medical info near the door. Your phone is more than communication. It's your digital lifeline. Use emergency features. iPhone, set up medical ID via health app. Android, use emergency info under settings. Include name, birth date, medical conditions, medications, allergies, emergency contacts. Use speaker mode. Free your hands. Let responders hear your environment. Stay calm and focused. Always keep location services on. Helps responders track your position. Use apps like MetaSafe and Emergency Location. A heart attack affects not just your body but your mind. Panic speeds up your heart. Calm buys you time. Techniques to stay grounded. Focus on breathing. Repeat a survival phrase. I am here. I am breathing. Help is coming. Visualize a loved one beside you. Use grounding tools like naming 5 things you see, feel, or hear. Calm doesn't cure, but it protects your mind and your heart. What truly saves you isn't luck or even medical help alone. It's what you do in the first few minutes. Recap the 7 steps. 1. Listen to early signals. 2. Assume safe posture and breathe steadily. 3. Call emergency services fast. 4. Chew aspirin if appropriate. 5. Unlock the door. 6. Use your phone as a medical tool. 7. Keep a calm, grounded mind. These steps form a chain. Break one, and the chance of survival weakens. Don't wait to learn this in crisis. Learn it now, share it, practice it, because surviving a heart attack isn't just luck, it's preparation, it's awareness, and it's the quiet strength to act, even when you're alone. Thank you for staying with us. You're not just a bystander anymore. You're prepared. Stay ready, stay alive. Share this. It could save a life, maybe your own.